Well, good morning, friends. It is Canadian Thanksgiving, and I meant to start the day by making cinnamon rolls for my family, but I started the dough last night and it didn't rise. I know what happened. It was my own fault, but it didn't work out. So I'm on to plan B. I am making a baked pancake squares. This is so good. We've done this recipe before. My husband, it's his thing to make pancakes for the kids, and he is home, but he is sleeping. He works third shift, and it's just the switch over to try and get to days. He is just so resting. So I've got the coffee brewing in the background. I've started to drink a little more coffee than I have wanted to, but whatever, I guess. So I'm going to get this on. We have some, that's Maple. She's waking up this morning. We have some sausages that we're going to make, so I thought I'd get the sausages going as well. And yeah, everything should be done together at the same time. I'm just melting my butter on the stove. We don't have a microwave, but this recipe is super easy. I will leave it in the description box below, and it is excellent. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm cleaning up the kitchen because I made my cinnamon bun dough really late last night. It finished at like 11:15. Well, didn't really finish. I didn't do the dishes, and yesterday we celebrated Thanksgiving with the family, so I was gone all day. And I did do some more chicken broth in my crock pot, so I got that all done, but I need to clean out the crock pot. So the kitchen's a mess, but that's just real life. And there we go. It is such a simple recipe. You just mix it all in one bowl. The recipe does not call for vanilla, but I like to put like a teaspoon in. But it's so easy. Well, hey friends, it is another day. It's actually Canadian Thanksgiving, and I'm working on my planner again. So, my Christmas planner. I have printed all of the sheets that I need for the planner. I went through and figured out what I'd used, what I didn't use, what I needed to replenish. And now I'm just going to go ahead and get everything assembled into the binder. I know it seems really early to do all this, quite honestly, but to be perfectly honest, I just feel like it's not really that early to get your Christmas stuff together. If you follow the Fly Lady system, October 15th is when they start their holiday missions, and we're not that far away from then. We have so much happening between now and Christmas as far as getting ready for the baby, switching rooms. So like I was mentioning, we have so much happening between now and Christmas as far as getting things ready for the baby. We've got to switch all of the bedrooms, repaint all of them. I need to set up the kids in one bedroom together. And then Shane and Aubrey's birthdays are both in December. Aubrey's is the 20th, and Colt's is it's like 2 weeks after Christmas. And then in February, I'm expecting a baby. My brother-in-law's girlfriend, who I basically just consider a sister-in-law at this point, she's having a baby as well. It's their first, and we're a very tight-knit family, so it's like they're twins. Our due dates are a couple weeks apart, but we may deliver near the same time. And my birthday's in February, and so is my father-in-law's. And I know that February is a bit of ways away from Christmas, but at the same time, there's just so much to plan and prepare, and I want to do it all well, and not overwhelm myself, because I know me, and I can tend to get overwhelmed. So I'm gonna sit here and put my planner together. so I've got things set up. The only thing I need to do still is to put all of my recipes in page protectors. I've got a few sheets in the back for new recipes. However, last year I ended up pulling out all of my Christmas recipes and sticking them with my regular recipes, and I want to make sure I get them back in here because the idea is just to have everything all in one place. I cleared just everything out, and what I've decided to do is in the back here, I have some planning sheets from last year. These are all the things that I definitely want to keep. Some holiday decor ideas, stocking stuffers, and then I have some sheets of what I actually purchased for everybody, or made for everybody, so that from year to year I'm not necessarily doing the same things. My mom used to have like this little mini notebook. It was like a Mead notebook, and it was like one of those little fat notebooks. It was like this big, and she would keep that in her purse and write lists in it, and year after year after year she could go back like several years and see all of the things that she purchased for everybody. So again, that way you're not just always buying the same things, or keeping it fun and interesting and different. So I do have these sheets, and these will also be kind of jumping off points for menus and for gift ideas and things like that. Over here I have, this folder's coming up so I have to glue that down, but over here I have the Fly Lady Control Journal, the Holiday Control Journal. I actually just reprinted this. I copied it all into Microsoft Word, changed the fonts because I just did not like her formatting at all, and I prefer to just look at cute things. So I have printed this all out. This is all free on her website, flylady.com, and I have this printable, or not printable, this thing from Lindsay Letters. I love her prints, and I tend to get them in July. She has like a Christmas in July sale, and they're half off, so I have several of her Christmas ones and some fall. So anyways, I have got my planner all together, and it feels really good, and I'm excited to just start filling this out. I've purchased gifts already. I've started planning for stocking stuffers, and yeah, I need to get it all into here. So I decided to go through my Pinterest boards and start printing the recipes that I like to use, or copying them down, sorry, onto my recipe sheets. And then I remembered that I want to make a list of the things that I need to buy when we go to the States. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get there this year, health-wise. However, I'm sure someone will go across the border, and if they do, I want them to pick up some of these things. I can't buy them here in Canada, and I like to have them for nostalgic reasons and taste-wise reasons. So here's what's for dinner tonight. A woman from church stopped me yesterday and gave me a bag, and inside was this chicken and pasta dish from Costco. She gave it to me because she knew I wasn't feeling well, like going to emerge and stuff like that. So it was just so awesome, and I had planned a different supper for tonight. We were going to have chicken and biscuits, which is my husband's favorite meal, but he's actually out training the dogs today, so he wasn't going to be home for dinner, so it didn't make sense to make it without him. So it smells delicious, and this is what's for dinner. The kiddos will have some fruit, and I'm going to have a side salad as well. Well, hey guys, it is Wednesday evening. I have to get something. I am just making a little dinner for Colt. Aubrey went out to a birthday party tonight, and so it's just Colt and I. So I'm making him nachos. It was between spaghetti and nachos, and he wanted nachos, so, you know, whatevs. So I thought I would give you guys a little update about things. Vlogtober, I haven't been able to really kind of chronologically just film things because life. It's been hard with this camera. I know I've mentioned it several times, but it's attached to a cord because I don't have a battery. I need a new battery. And I do have a vlogging camera, but for the life of me, I can't find the cord. And Aubrey has a tablet that she worked really, really hard to save money for, and she bought it with her own money. But 30 days into owning this thing, the charger is like kaput, and that charger actually would charge my camera. So I have torn the house apart. I have no idea where this charger for my camera is. There's only a couple places that I actually put like tech stuff, and it's not there. So anyways, yeah, I haven't been able to like super vlog like I've really, really wanted to. And I've also had a few appointments, and I can't film at the appointment. So like it specifically sort of says no phones or cameras beyond this point. So, you know, in being respectful, I haven't done that. But I wanted to share with you guys some things that I learned today. Nachos are like the easiest dinner ever. Okay, so I had my ultrasound yesterday. It was for like the 18 to 20 week ultrasound. We found out we're having a boy, in case you didn't see the gender reveal. It was a little shocking. I really thought we were having a girl. Like really thought we were having a girl. But I've been pretty much wrong with all of my children. So I sort of said to my mom, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of hoping it's a girl, but pretty sure it's probably going to be a boy. And I was right. But no, we're obviously really excited, and I never imagined being the mom of sons. I have two sisters. I didn't grow up with brothers, and it's just really, I don't know, kind of cool to think that one day when I'm an older woman, like a little old lady, I'll have like 2 grown sons, and that's just really cool to think about. So it's an honor to raise boys, to be like the men that they've been called to be, and to be men of valor and courage, and to be polite men and honorable men and godly men. Like I'm just kind of, I don't know, I take that seriously, so I'm excited. And then plus I have my little princess Aubrey, so yeah. So today I had my appointment with the OB. So appointment yesterday, appointment today. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go to the chiropractor, but I can't go. I have been almost really overwhelmed with the amount of people that I've had to see within the past little while. And I counted it up in August. And if I count in the chiropractic appointments, which I go twice a week, if I counted up everything where I'm supposed to see some sort of medical professional of some sort, I would be seeing someone 15 times in October alone. That's a lot. That's like every other day. So yeah. Thankfully I can cross one of those off, and that was to see my midwives. I've basically been transferred into the care of the OB, and I will see him from here on out. The midwives will do my aftercare, which is awesome. They'll come out to my house for the first little while. I'll be in their care for 6 weeks after the baby. So they'll come out and they'll weigh him, and they come out the day after I get home. And then I'll see them once or twice for no clinical reasons, just more or less to just kind of feel out how I'm feeling and doing and kind of things like that. All of my clinical care is transferred to the OB. So I'll see him November 5th, and that's when we'll schedule the C-section. And what else? Okay, so he did not have the results of the ultrasound. The ultrasound took almost an hour to do. The baby was curled up, like head and bum together almost, and she had trouble getting a few pictures. So I will have to go back for those pictures. I think most of it was the head and the, I think she said the bottoms of the feet. I was measuring, the baby is measuring 2 days larger than where I'm at, which I found so interesting that they can measure like down to the day. Oh, I gotta check on these nachos. Okay, so I'm officially mother of the year. He's watching YouTube Kids while I chat with you, eating nachos and grapes for supper. Some days you win some and some days you don't. Okay, so where was I? Had the ultrasound. It was really long. She had asked if I was having any complications, and so I explained. And yeah, so then I went to the OB today. I was so nervous. There was actually a girl there in handcuffs, escorted by 2 corrections officers. And it was just a very different experience than going to a midwife.
Mom,
yes.
Say Aubrey and Daddy is gone.
Yeah. But it was good, and he is such a nice doctor. Very thorough with all the paperwork that he had. He had my whole file from the midwives. He had all of the reports from the hospital and everything like that. So he basically said that in some rare cases, some women just bleed, and there is no rhyme or reason as to why. Because up until that point, everything had pointed as there wasn't an issue. And so he said, just take it easy, which I basically do. And that after Sunday, when I'll be 20 weeks, he gave to me the labor and delivery number. So if I need to go to the hospital after Sunday, I call there because they don't see anyone less than 20 weeks, which is great because that means I can bypass the emerge. But again, praying that I don't have to go back. But as it stands, I've had to go 3 times in just a couple months. So I may be finding myself back there. My midwife did call today to check in how the appointment went. And she did say that the ultrasound did reveal that there might be a slight placenta separation, which upon Googling is not a good thing. But the good news is I only have the symptom of bleeding. I don't have any of the pain and cramping and other things that are associated with that, but it's not good. So she's going to forward that to the OB so that he can look further into that and call me if he needs to see me before that early November date. So there's that. So be praying. He did tell me before I left his office that I am at risk for preterm labor. And that's what the OB that I saw at the hospital, had said that to me as well. And I had a friend who had a baby a month early. I've had a friend who had a baby several months early. And best case scenarios, that doesn't happen, but there's, just praying that all is well and good. And yeah, so I appreciate all of you who have been praying for me and checking in on me. Like, you guys have no idea how much it really just honestly means to me. Big, huge thank yous. I honestly feel your prayers. Like, I feel like I'm surrounded by people's prayers and that it has been going well with me because I'm just surrounded by prayers. I don't know, so thank you. And the last little update is that Shane may be coming home. He was home for Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, and he left this afternoon to go back. He took the truck with him, which stinks because I'm stranded at home. My mother-in-law's great. If I need anything, she'd help me out, but I can't kind of go anywhere. The hope is that he will be home in the next few days for good, but he's not sure. He's going to go into work on Friday and figure out what's happening with the closing of this job. If there is work still to be had, he'll continue to work because it doesn't make sense to quit a job. Like, it just doesn't make sense, especially with all the life changes that are happening. But I gotta tell you, it's going to be really different to have him home. Like, really different. When he's come home for visits, it's kind of weird to get into the routine of having him here. We have lived apart for most of the year. He was home for 2 months at the beginning of the year, but for the most part he's been gone, and we have lived just a different life without him. Different routines, even just his stuff, like where his stuff goes, like it's just hard. Yeah, so it'll be an adjustment. Like, we're all really happy for it, but it's also going to be adjustment on his part. Like, he's lived with guys for most of the year and, you know, hasn't had to live with a family. He jumps right back into being a great dad and husband, though, so it's, I'm not worried about that at all. It's just, it'll be a bit of an adjustment, but it'll be a good adjustment. So anyways, those are the updates. That is life, and I hope to just kind of jump back into the swing of things of vlogging. I do have a grocery haul that will be going up soon. I filmed it a little while ago, but it was important to me because it was kind of like a stock up of like filling the pantry with some things that I did want to share on my channel. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.